I moved here from Miller almost 2 years ago now. This Thanksgiving will be 2 years ago. Huron was a good move for me. I'm busy, and after coming here, I finally got my mom talked into coming here, and she enjoyed it here. So all the way around, it was a good move. I'm enjoying being here. I am a volunteer in radiology, and so I offer coffee to the people as they come in, if they're able to have coffee. I visit with them. If I can feel like there's some anxiety, I get a conversation going with them. We always talk about the hospital and how fortunate we are to have HRMC. I love my volunteer job here, and I hate to say job because it isn't really a job. Jobs you get paid for. I don't want to get paid. I want to volunteer, and that's the best part of it. I also belong to the Methodist Church. Our pastor calls it Walmart Methodist. We have several things going there, and I serve at funerals. We just had fun and festivities. I helped with that, worked in the pie room and in the dining room. I belong to an extension club, and so we meet every third Monday. I'm on the board of the auxiliary now. It's great because you get to hear what's going on at HRMC, all the new things. And this hospital, I cannot say enough. When my mom was here, she was here 2 days. I took her home the third day, and everyone was so sweet to her and so nice. And she smiled. She couldn't talk anymore, but she smiled, so you knew they were doing the right thing. She was happy. But we are blessed to have Huron Regional here, and I'm blessed to be here. I haven't regretted my move at all. She was living in Southern Illinois, Salem, Illinois. She was 92 years old, and I worried about her being alone. She had had some caregivers come and help her during the day, but I learned that they were stealing from her, and she wasn't getting the proper care or nutrition that she should have been getting. So I started talking to her about it, and just one day out of the blue, she called and said, "When are you coming to get me?" So it took me 4 days to get everything together and get down there and get her back, because I was afraid she might change her mind. So I loaded her up, and we brought a few of her personal things so she would feel like it was home. I have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so we each had our own space, and it worked out great, and she loved it here. We went and got ice cream every day and drove around, and she just loved to be in here. I took her to church with me once, but a lot of walking she couldn't do, so she didn't go anymore. But yeah, we had a good time while she was here. She was only here 4 months. Yeah, she had a stroke, and but we had a real good time, just her and I, and we've always been close. Anytime anything ever happened, I always went home to take care of her. One time I was there 2.5 months. One time I was there a month. Just whatever time. I'm not married. Out of my siblings, I was the only one not married, so it was up to me to go because I didn't have a family to care for. So I enjoyed doing it, and I would do it all over again. July 27th, a year ago, she had a stroke, so she came to the hospital, and they came up the second day, someone from the hospital here, to talk to me about hospice, that I could take her home or go to the nursing home. But I have taken care of her before, and I knew I could do it. Only this time it was going to be end times. But I went home, and she already had a hospital bed that we had bought for her, and we moved it in the living room. Karen Decker came and wondered about what needs she would have to have, and so we talked about that, and we made lists. And then they came every day, helped me with bathing, changing her. I now have learned from that experience, I can put sheets on a bed while somebody's in it. So I did learn things. They helped me to stay strong, because this time it was different, taking care of her, knowing it was going to be I wouldn't take care of her anymore. But she would do this to me because we always told each other we loved each other all day, every day, off and on. And so when she did that, I knew she was telling me that I was doing the right thing and she loved me. She was always accepting to whatever we did. The girls would come in and give her a bath, talk to her. Because of my experience with hospice, I made a new friend. Charla Meese was her hospice volunteer, and she was wonderful to my mom. She would hold her hand, and my mom would reach out for her. She talked to her, even though mom couldn't respond. And so now Charla and I are best buddies. We do things together now, and we talk about our moms. Her mom is gone too. So through that hospice experience, I've gained a friend. And I needed friends because I was new here. But hospice was my salvation. They helped me stay strong for mom. Whatever I needed, they brought to me. I would recommend anybody to get in touch with them. They will help you and support you and make a difficult time not so difficult. My dad also had a stroke 12 years ago, and I took care of him for a month in his home, and that was in Illinois. So I wasn't aware of all the things they had there. And his stroke was so severe, and he was a big man, and after a month I saw that I couldn't do it. So having that experience and then having the experience with help, it was night and day, night and day. I could continue, but after a month with my dad, I just couldn't do it anymore. But I did it 3 weeks with mom, and it just all worked out because I had help, but I had that support system. And that is the key, having that support system. You do need to separate yourself from it at some point, and that's where the volunteer comes in. She comes and sits for a couple of hours, and you can go get groceries, go have coffee with a friend, which I did a couple of times. Another thing that they do is bring you whatever you need, like wash wipes and diapers and anything, swabs, anything that you're going to need for their personal care, they bring to you. All you have to do is tell them I'm almost out, and that day you've got the supplies. So the hardest thing is seeing the death process. It is a process. It doesn't happen overnight sometimes. And so in mom's case, it took her 3 weeks. But with their help, I was able to bear it. Yes, it was hard to watch the decline, but it wasn't nearly as hard if I would have been doing it alone. You know, during the night, they're just like your children. You get up to see if they're trying to call you, because she couldn't talk, so she couldn't call out for me. So I would sleep on the couch, and I had a chair by her side of the bed, and I would get up just every few hours and check on her, because I didn't want her to pass away if I wasn't aware of it. So the greatest thing was she died on a Sunday morning, which made me happy. That was the Lord's Day. I was happy about that. And I was holding her hand when she breathed her last breath. So I think about Jesus coming to get her, and I was right there. So he could have touched my shoulder, or he could have patted me on the back and assured me he was taking her. And that is the happy thought, even though it makes me cry. It's a happy thought I have of her last minutes. Yeah. So I got to be up and down with her. They didn't come at night, but that I could do nights because she slept. But the support was amazing, amazing.